supremely noticeable, bizarre, or disturbing, depending on your point of view, thing that the president said about how Hillary Clinton would be treated in Russia?
What happened to Hillary Clinton's emails? 33,000 emails, gone, just gone. I think in Russia they wouldn't be gone so easily. I have great confidence in my intelligence people, but I will tell you that President Putin was extremely strong and powerful in his denial today.
Do you think Americans should be angry, worried, concerned based on what we saw today? Malcolm?
Well, what they should be is shocked and disgusted. I know I am. When I heard that today, my jaw dropped to the floor. I could not believe a president of the United States went to a foreign nation, an adversary nation, not a competitor, an adversary, and insulted the American political system, the American intelligence agency, American law enforcement, the U.S. Congress, an opposition party, and in essence surrendered this nation's opinions to a foreign power and believed a former KGB officer over that of the men and women who walk past the statue of Nathan Hale every day and sold this nation down the river. I'm sorry, what we saw here today is not just Donald Trump aligning himself with Vladimir Putin. We saw the beginning of the realignment of the entire world order since World War II, and Trump and Putin are the only two people, as David said, who knows what was said in that meeting.
It's well put and it's chilling, Shelby, and it's about U.S. foreign policy. This is not about 2016. This is not about people rooting for Bob Mueller to create political outcomes that otherwise might not be created.
Right.
As I've emphasized in our reporting tonight, put that all aside. Do the thought experiment that Bob Mueller doesn't indict anyone else, and that's the end of the road. And we just witnessed today something that I don't think people are going to fully absorb for some time to come. Here is also new sound from Donald Trump from another interview he did that's part of this whole Putin defense campaign, also undercutting his own intel chief. Take a look.
Your DNI, Dan Coates, said that America's digital infrastructure is at a critical point right now.
Yeah.
Similar to what it was like in some ways before 9/11, and that is we're susceptible to a large-scale attack. Do you agree with that?
Well, I don't know if I agree with that. I'd have to look.
The idea that he does not agree, quote unquote, that he has a separate fact-finding than the entire military intelligence apparatus.
Well, and he said that standing side by side with Putin. He repeated debunked conspiracy theories about the DNC server, about the Pakistani who worked alongside Debbie Wasserman Schultz. He cast a lot of doubt on the investigation in general. He also called the Mueller probe disgraceful and a disaster, and he blamed the probe for the tension with Russia, not Russia's meddling. So in addition to all of the other things he said and did today, this is what's really affecting Republicans on the Hill. I've been talking to some Republicans who are on intelligence committees, and they think this is very problematic for two reasons. If the president doesn't trust the intelligence agency's assessment, how can we ever secure our cyber defenses? How can we ever have cyber security in this nation if he simply doesn't believe them? And secondly, he is so worried about his election and how it is viewed that this investigation is driving his policy. And that is scary not just for Democrats, but for Republicans alike in Congress.
Right, and you're reporting on what you...
Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Soulight Hypnotherapy. Wow, what a week, what a week. Today is July 16th. Trump had his Putin meeting today, and this is it, guys. This is it. I know everybody's kind of numb, and some people don't know what to think. But wake up, because this is it. My question for the cards today, before I begin, thank you to everyone who's contributed and supported Soulight Hypnotherapy, especially on the last two videos. I really appreciate the turnout. Thank you for your kind words and comments. Please keep them coming. Please hit the like button. Please continue to support Soulight. Please share my videos with your friends. Help me to grow my channel, and subscribe if you haven't already. The question that I'm posing to the cards today is, after this Helsinki summit. What will the Republicans actually do to a reaction to Trump's siding with Putin over our own intelligence agencies? Okay? And guys, I've been getting readings left and right all weekend, and so much information. Even one time I kind of channeled Putin, and I just couldn't get all the information organized, and I kept starting and stopping my readings and then wishing I hadn't chucked them. I can share one thing with you. In one reading I asked what they were doing in secret, and I kind of got a scene from Independence Day when the alien somehow got a hold of the alien that Will Smith captured when they were operating on him, and somehow he got loose and he was killing people, and somehow he got a hold of the president, and the president, for that moment when he was about to die, he was able to see into the plan of the alien for the human race. And that's the scene that I came to me when I was kind of channeling Putin's plans. And it ain't pretty. It's really quite insidious. Trump's not the Antichrist. No, he's not. If anyone is, it's probably Putin. Okay, so my reading today is after Trump openly took the side of Putin over our special intelligence, over our CIA, over our FBI, over our justice system, over all of the men and women who work every day with integrity and took oaths. He took the word of a KGB agent who is trained to lie over America. Now, Republicans in Congress, what are you going to do about that? That's my question to the cards. Okay, so I'll answer it to the best of my ability, guys. I'm not a political person, so I can't get too specific. I can just give you the energy of the cards, and you can help me out here, any of you who are tarot savvy. If you have any opinions, go ahead and write them in the comment box, okay? First, I got the Seven of Cups reversed. Seven of Cups reversed. When it's upright, it's about fantasy, it's about dreams and passions, and all of these cups have different delicious drinks in them, right? Whatever, different things that you can savor and enjoy, and you have to decide what you want. And sometimes it's just a pleasure to just think about it, and you never really take the time to pull one of these things out of your head and make it actualize it and make it real. It's scattered thoughts. It's living in your head. It's in a fantasy world. It's not a reality. But reverse, you're coming to reality. And one of these cups, you've decided that, okay, I'm going to take this cup and I'm going to make something. I'm going to create. I'm going to bring this dream to life. So the Seven of Cups reversed here, I think, is saying that the Republicans have got to come to reality now. This is their reality check time. The fantasy time is over, okay? It's time to deal with what this is. No more bullshit. It's time to call Trump's lies into account and his desires into account. There's a call to meet and there's discussions, right? We've got the Wheel of Fortune reversed. It's like people talking around a table. They're shocked. They're alarmed. They're discussing what to do about the situation. And they're sharing gossip. They're sharing their feelings. They're expressing their feelings, right? So reversed. And remember, this is the Wheel of Fortune. There's a call to meet. I think that the Republicans are meeting. They're discussing what to do right now as we speak, as Trump is flying back home on Air Force One. I think there's discussions already about what to do, how to deal with how to deal with his Helsinki meeting, what that means to them and what that means to America. And I feel like it's time to flip the table on him. It's time to flip the table. The table's flipped. Multiple members are not in favor. I believe they're not going to be in favor of what Trump said or how he represented America today and how he showed America to be weak. But there may be opposing views, so they're not unified. There is disagreement amongst them now. And this is the wheel of fortune, so this is also the wheel of karma. And the wheel of karma, when it's reversed, that means karma's coming for your ass, right? It's coming for your ass. It's coming to rectify something in a way that where you're going to have to pay for it. You're going to have to get punished for it. And to clarify these cards, I got the butterfly for the Seven of Cups, which talks about flightiness. And this could be actually like Air Force One, a flight, someone who's not consistent. So there's a lot of flightiness and flakiness in the Republican Party. I think early on, because this is very shortly, you'll see a lot of inconsistency in them, wanting to dodge the issue, wanting to not deal with it directly, wanting to soften the blow somehow of what Trump said. But as it grows over time, I think that you're going to see that it begins to cause dissension in the Republican Party. And more Republicans are going to start going against the grain and not be in favor of Trump. The priest reversed is a karmic card as well. This is a card of justice. It's a card of a lawyer. It's a card of the justice system, any sort of law giver, anyone who practices law or is an official of the law. And when it's reversed, and it's morality. And when it's reversed, it's immorality, it's injustice, it's dishonesty. It could be an opposing lawyer, prosecuting your lawyer. Just giving you the different meanings of the cards. But it also means karma. And it means karma and justice is coming for your ass. Just like this one means. It's coming. You can't, there's no way around it. Republicans and Trump, it's coming. There's no way around it. And I think that this is saying that karma is coming to take Trump down. It's coming to take the Republican Party down. And it's coming to take his family down, because I feel like this is representing his family, and we got house here, which always represents family for me too. So the Republicans are at a crucial time. This is a crucial time in history. This is a moment in history with the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is a fated, appointed time. This is a historical moment right now. And the Republicans have to make the right decision, a morally right decision, right? Because so far they've been making the morally wrong one. Can they turn that around? Decision time is now. Today, the Republicans will decide whether or not to set the tone and the next cycle for the destiny of America. And will it go in our favor? Not the way this one's turned. If they continue to back Trump, the destiny of America is destined for failure. Let that sink in, Republicans. Right now, you can change the fate of America. And it also is a message to the collective, because whenever I have a Wheel of Fortune, the collective is being talked to. Everybody is looking, the whole world, even outside of this world, energies outside of this world, they're watching. Everybody's watching what's going to happen right now, because the fate of America is right now changing for the worse. Are you going to, are we, the Republicans, and are we Americans going to get up from this table and stop drinking the Trump Kool-Aid? Are we going to do what's morally right? Because if the Republicans don't, then we have to. And there's a chance they may not. Because I see them putting their concerns first above everyone else's. They want that judge. They want that judge seat. Okay? That's more important than than the country right now. So you're going to see a lot of teeter-tottering, and a lot of tossing and turning, a lot of jumping from one issue to another, and moral grandstanding. What are they going to do? Really do? So I got 2 more cards, right? Because to me that doesn't really this doesn't really answer it. I got 2 more cards as a result, okay? Oh, and I just want to say Flaky. When I was reading this Flaky, I thought I was thinking of Jeff Flake. I feel like Jeff Flake could actually rise up pretty strong to make to lead Republicans who don't feel like they have a voice. But unfortunately, I think he's going to waver, and because of this Me First card here. Yeah. Someone is going to be, sorry, kind of going off tangent, but I feel like someone is going to be charged, like officially charged with some crimes. This may have to do with someone related to Trump, but someone is about to be officially charged with some crimes. Okay. So, as I was saying about Jeff Flake, he could come out really strong against Trump, but I don't think he will. I think he's going to be kind of dodgy. He'll say that it was a reckless mistake for Trump to side with our adversary, and that it's time that justice would, I think in some sense he wants some kind of justice to be done, but I don't feel like he's going to be calling for Republicans to impeach, which he should, because he could have, his voice could carry. That's what I'm trying to say. His voice could carry if he would do that. So the result I got was the Ace of Cups. This is my blackmail card in this deck. Ace of Cups with the King of Swords, which would be a Gemini, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius sign, leader, official. It could be Trump. It could also stand for Mueller, because the King of Swords is upright, is a card of justice and truth and righteousness and clarity. And did I say justice? So as a result, I'm like, how do I read this? What are the Republicans going to do? Because there's love for the king. There's love for the Gemini king. But then I can read it another way. There's hope for justice. Oh, man. The Ace of Cups can talk about an opportunity for a new beginning, or expression of one's true feelings. Like I said, it's a card of hopes and wishes, and it's a card of requited love. So I'm seeing 2 different scenarios here. Some of the Republicans are going to still stand by Trump and still show love for Trump. And then some lawmakers are going to express their feelings in a passionate way about Trump, and also in a dispassionate way, because he can be dispassionate. He's detached from his emotions, so he's distant. So they could be distancing themselves from who they once loved. So some will distance themselves and some will draw closer. This could also be talking about, in association with the cards next to it. Can you see? Could also be talking about, because he's a communicator, the Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan. Maybe he's going to be making some sort of announcement. There's still love for Trump, but there's a denouncing for what he did. So I clarified because I can't get a clear answer. I clarified and I got the Casa, Fortuna, and the Prisoner card. Casa can stand for the White House. The White House is upside down. The structure of the house is weak. So the house is weakened. Those that love Trump, there's a weakness in the foundation now. It also could be talking about, this is a term of punishment or a term of pregnancy. So it could be talking about there's a weakened term. This term will be weakened as a result of these actions, or shortened, a shorter term, a weakened term. And I'm just getting messages of the cards, next to each other, okay? Justified punishment. The priest in this deck, when he points to something, he points to the problem, he points to what is trying to remain hidden or protected, right? So up reverse, they're trying to shield their decision. They're trying not to show their decision right now. They're going to try to hide their decision up front right away. They're not going to show us right away or react right away in an official manner, I think, towards Trump. They're going to try to put it off and see how, see if they can write it out, write out this time. That's what I feel like they're going to do. And then with this finger, he's pointing to the upside down White House. And that White House, when it's upside down, it's no longer loving, it's no longer nurturing, it's no longer protective. This could stand for the White House, it could stand for the FBI, it could stand for the CIA, any sort of justice system. It could also stand for prison. Someone, like I said, is going to get charged with a crime and they're going to do some prison time. Someone is actually going to do prison time. Shortly, like, we may get an announcement of someone being charged with some crimes. Within the next 2 days to 2 weeks. Sorry. Is it within the next 48 hours, I think. Yeah. Very shortly. Let's say 2 days to 2 weeks, but I think within 2 days. So the White House is no longer loving, it's no longer nurturing, it's no longer protective, can no longer really protect this king, right? And this card is throwing me off, but let me just keep going, Because there's some that's still for Trump, and there's some that's against Trump, and I'm just not sure if there's going to be enough to take action to check this guy. But it says the House is no longer loving or nurturing or protective, so maybe there is going to be a check put on him. It says that some of them are going to distance themselves from him, but others feel like their hands are tied. And they feel weak, like they don't know what they can do about it. They're just trying to live out their term, to survive their term. But I do feel like this card talks about arguments and dissension in the family, in the extended family, which would be the administration and his Congress, on the Republican side. So there's a lot of arguments and dissension, which is good, because a house divided against itself can't stand. And that's the same modus operandi they've been using on us, on all of America. By keeping us divided, they've weakened us. And by letting Putin, letting Trump side with Putin, he's weakened us. And I feel like the Republicans are going to have to acknowledge that. There may be some sort of procrastination or hesitation, a wait and see if this time will fade. This is about energy fading. There's a wait and see if this time will fade. But I think that eventually they're going to have to get off their teeter-totter because the time is up. Time is up. It's time for action. And if they don't take action, then the people have to take action. And this morally unfit, corrupt president and administration is going to fail. And when Fortuna shows up right, this is what was throwing me off, because she's a sign of good luck and good fortune. And I'm thinking for the Republicans, and I'm like, no, she annuls negativity. So the morally battered White House government, America, all of that is going to be annulled. The influences of this king will be annulled. This is like a further future down. So I think that laws and policies that Trump puts into play will eventually be annulled, because they're going to find him guilty of crimes. It's coming. They're going to find him guilty of crimes. But what the Republicans is going to do is, I think that their love for him is going to start fading, and they see the writing on the wall. They can't win this. They can't win this, and they're gonna have to decide if right now, if they want to be on the side of history where they chose to be in collusion and in cahoots with Russia over the United States, which is what our president has done. So I'm sorry to say, I can't say right off the bat, yeah, they're going to really denounce Trump. We're going to have to make them do that. We're going to have to stand up righteously and call for them to denounce Trump and call for them to check Trump. We're going to have to start getting out of our numbness. We're going to have to wake up. We're going to have to face reality. We're in a trance. Guys, you've been indoctrinated into believing that you're powerless and that our hands are tied. So have I. Every day since this guy's been in office, we have been bombarded with anxiety and fear, which is, as a hypnotherapist, I'll tell you, is a secret. It's a secret. The very first time you visit us, we're going to bombard you with anxiety and fear, because that is the most powerful way to acclimate you to our suggestion, to make you suggestible to us. So do the math. You go into a trance, you start feeling like, well, what can I do? Because they've been telling you you can't do anything. He's been getting away with murder. But we are Trump's boss. We are Ryan's boss. We are McConnell's boss. So July 16th. What's the fate of America? What's it going to be? The Republicans have been our watchdogs for democracy for so long. And the Democrats have always been, the heart, the humanity. And our watchdogs have been poisoned, guys. We can't rely on them to defend us anymore.